Reading from the letter of St. Paul to the Hebrews. Brothers and sisters, indeed the Word of God is living and effective, sharper than any two-edged sword, penetrating even between soul and spirit, joints and marrow, and able to discern reflections and thoughts of the heart. No creature is concealed from him, but everything is naked and exposed to the eyes of him, to whom we must render an account. The word of the Lord.
Our second reading for this Sunday comes from the letter to the Hebrews. In the first reading, we saw how the heart of Solomon was exposed in his prayer, the heart that desires for the wealth that he has found in wisdom, in prudence. And that was the content of his prayer. That was the content of his heart, the longing of his heart. Now in the second reading, the author of the letter to the Hebrews tells us that the Word of God is like a sword that penetrates our hearts, our souls. And in the penetration of the heart by the Word of God, our heart is laid bare. Our heart is exposed to ourselves. Our heart is exposed to others. Our hearts are exposed to God, primarily through the Word of God. I have to make a confession. While I may look relaxed in front of you, explaining the Word of God, trying to draw the insights and the teachings that may come to us through the Word of God, one thing I fear is this. It is not just a matter of explaining dead words. When I read the Word of God, when I go deeper into it, and when I start explaining the Word of God, it is not just the Word of God that is revealed to me. My own heart is revealed to me. The Word of God judges me. If I explain to you about the true wealth of the heart, according to Solomon, that teaching is like a dagger pointing into my heart, telling me, hey, that's the heart of Solomon. But how about your heart, Chito? What is the wealth of your heart? That's why the Word of God is so easy to be dismissed. Many people don't want to hear the Word of God. Many people don't want to take the Word of God seriously because they know the Word of God will reveal our true color. In the light of the Word of God, our hearts, our thoughts, our judgments will be exposed. And so, the letter to the Hebrews also tells us that the Word of God, in the end, it is the person of Jesus Christ, knows our hearts. Bringing the two readings together, let us listen to the prayer of Solomon. Let us listen to the Word of God. And let us not be afraid. Let them lead us to the deepest in ourselves, our hearts. What do you really desire? What makes you happy? What is the deepest cry of your heart? And I believe, like Solomon, we want true wisdom. We are searching for the true riches that will make us worthy of God's kingdom. Like the second reading, we know we want norms, criteria to purify our hearts. So go to the Word of God. Let the Word of God purify our hearts and make the cry of our heart truly a prayer like the prayer of Solomon.